Welcome back, everybody. It's been a cold minute.
Yes, it has been.
It's been a little while. But we're back and ready to dive back into more stories in the realm and check in to see what shenanigans y'all are going to get up to. Previously, you had been moving westward, traveling with your compatriots, and you ended up in a delightful little town called Hellchell, where you scaled a mountain, met some very curious individual upon the top of said mountain,
No, we didn't. What are you talking about?
Didn't see a thing.
We didn't see anything on that mountain.
Fantastic trip back down.
That's right, bro.
Where you gathered some more information and plotted to figure out how to help this non-existent character up at the top of the mountain that may or may not be the mountain itself deal with the noise that emanates from Hellchell with the goats.
How do you solve a problem like the goats?
So we find everybody back in town, trying to garner a little bit of a lay on where things are in town and how things run and work. You see, it's while the sky itself doesn't really give any discernible visual to the time of day, you know that it's fairly early. It's before lunch. You come across several workers kind of in the hustle and bustle of packing their routes across town. You can smell some of the chocolate being worked from one of the main central buildings. You can hear the goats just screaming their heads off.
I get it.
Over at the goat house. And up in each of the respective towers, watch towers, you can see there's posts of guards taking lay of the situation, keeping an eye out for anything that may or may not come within town limits.
I think we should try to maybe talk to Elenian and see what her feeling is about the fact that they have to take basically everything that they produce to Glam for this protection. We don't have to mention the heretofore unknown mountain lady.
Wait, why are we asking about this?
I mean, one of the solutions that we talked about is if we could figure out a way to keep the town protected from the avalanches, then they wouldn't need to pay Glam for protection from said avalanches. Or do we want to cross that bridge later?
We don't have a solution to make it quiet yet.
Yeah, true.
We had a temporary solution for the lady on the mountain.
We have a very, very...
And I have an idea, but I need time, money, and better spells to make it work.
We have neither.
And we don't have time currently to...
We don't really have the money for it either.
I don't think the expectation was immediate.
True.
So...
But I do, at some point, she did give me diamonds.
Yes. Yes, I got diamonds too. Or I picked off some diamonds.
But I do have an idea that I'll talk to you about.
Okay.
Some point.
Sure.
So.
Then should we go ahead and just grab the shipment and head to Glam?
How far is Glam from here? Or do we still... Will we make it, or do we have to camp out overnight? Or
It's a couple days journey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's say it's probably like 2 days.
Because we still have.
If you're really pushing it, you can get there in 2 days, 2.5 probably.
So we have a half a day anyway. So
Yeah. Do we want to go ahead and get a jump on it now, or do we want to wait first thing in the morning?
What is our? I need a little bit of a catch up on our list of things to do.
Sell moth cats.
We can discuss that later.
yeah.
Hey! Now we also have these. We know where there's these snow bees. Those are also pretty cute. And then you can have moths and bees.
I don't know if Igathan would like a bunch of
I
snow
know.
bees hanging around as soot bees.
Well,
No.
I mean,
They also need to be in the snow.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. There seems to be.
I don't know if they could breed together and make like spring bees or something.
I don't want to remove them from their home. Also,
oh, true.
Because then we'll destroy the ecosystem, and if we're not gonna, if we're worried about the
I don't know.
Bees are
finan-
so
if
important.
we're worried about the financial infrastructure of Hellshell, we shouldn't be screwed up there. Snow bee.
I just
The snow bees are quite like wild. They're not kept in any like manufactured hives or tended to in any way. They kind of
Well, but I believe like
the honey will get harvested from time to time, but it's just like when it comes about.
how common are they in this area?
In the area, they're fairly common, but
Okay.
you don't come across them, at every step of the way.
Right. Okay.
But it's not uncommon that you would.
you got to save the bees, man. We're not.
I'm not saying to destroy the bees.
But if you
Like,
take them out,
they're not.
going to destroy the.
Is there a tower there that
pollinate.
we have to activate or tell them to get the like we did over
No,
with
that's,
the old,
With a beacon.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a beacon in.
So we have to
the
tell them
northern-
about
the
that.
northern tower, the snow tower.
Okay.
Oh.
And then we need to talk
the one that's like closest to the base of the mountain that actually like
Oh.
shoves.
so that's part of our.
Yeah.
So
So
we've
we
got
gotta
the
get
tower.
the gotta get the have them be ready to light the beacon. I didn't realize there was a beacon there. I thought it was just.
we need to talk to Arado because he's the head guard
or
of them, right?
or what's her face, the one in the big
Or-
boss lady.
The governess.
Venice.
Governess,
Venus? Venice?
No, Elenian is the governess. Is the governor of Hellshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elenian
Elenian.
Snowstar.
Arado is the captain of the guard in Glam.
Yeah. And then crap, these are notes from September.
we
Which
have
are
to
very,
take a-
very not.
And then we gotta take a load of goat cheese to Glom. But we're
Goat
going to
cheese
Glom.
and
truffles.
get money and bring it back, right?
Yeah, but we're going to Glom anyway.
No, I don't think we have to bring it back. We're not.
Well, then we shouldn't leave because we have to figure out the goat situation.
We can't figure out the goat situation until I can figure out how to silence them.
Yeah.
I might have a way to do that.
Do tell.
Then should we go talk to Nagian, the goat keeper?
You gave me a trinket, and I can't remember the exact parameters of it.
Which one?
It's my fan.
Yes.
Can it have an effect on only one creature or
So
multiple creatures?
it's kind of it's like a hit point pool.
Oh, it
so-
has like charges.
Well, it's like you can affect X number of hit points. It can theoretically affect multiple targets.
Okay.
What fan? What? Huh?
It's a fan
a
of a
little-
cat
it's a
that
little-
sleeps, and
Yeah.
you go like
Little
this and
sleepy
it
cat fan.
casts the sleep spell one time a day
Oh.
I thought I could gift it to the
just to make him take a quick nap.
like during the day.
It's better than a spray bottle.
Yeah, yeah, but that's still just a temporary fix. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't have these. If these goats are asleep all the time, then they're not gonna. I mean, they could still produce milk while they are asleep, but as
That sounds.
as an animal in my own right, I can't say that I'm exactly keen on
Okay.
that solution.
Listen, PETA, you can't say in one line we're going to kidnap and sell the bees and then be like, oh, we need to
I
protect the
didn't
goats.
say anything about kidnapping or stealing the bees.
You did too.
I did not.
I do have a
I
question
said no such thing.
above board. So I have in my notes from September. I have Glenn.
Oh, Gling.
He's the court town square council guy. Is that from Glam or the place we were before this?
Gling is in Glam.
Okay, so we need to talk to him.
Yeah.
And then it's
Greenland?
I named her Venus, and she's spelled girly as Greatheart, or is that part of my own story?
I think that's part
It's
of
my own story. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Question.
Because my notes are very non.
Scattered.
Well, yeah. I just write down things and think.
So I have a question.
It's also from.
How long
pre-car accident.
How long do you need to figure out your solution to the goat thing?
Well, I sit down and I pull out my notes and I go, come here, and I start pointing at things that I've written on my snowboard down that basically just looks like, to use, gibberish, because it's me just writing down runes. And I go off on a really long tangent about how, the tonal differences between, diamonds and emeralds, and we have diamonds, but I think maybe the emeralds might be a little bit better, or the other deep diamonds.
While they're talking about this,
And-
So
I'm gonna go find
Full info dump of
Yeah.
just.
And
sorry
then-
I asked.
But basically, I can either do two things: cast the spell Silence on a diamond around, but mute it so it just only does it can go up to a certain decibel, and then they just get cut off. Like you mute something, and then but that takes into the fact that you also have to go. You can't cast the full spell, so I have to figure out a way to make it kind of like a halvesy spell, and then imbue it into a diamond. But I really think emeralds would do better, and then. At some point, I just peter off and just start writing more in my notes.
So we don't have an answer. So we're going to Glom, and we'll come back.
Bear's lost. You said 3 words, and I was like,
But I do actually have an idea of how it would work.
so what? The diamonds. I'm gonna try to explain this in character as much as possible. So, if you were to cast Silence, it would only be around this big. But if you were to cast it on the diamond, it would be bigger.
Yes, and that's why I think we
How much bigger?
They had all left the mountain, but when I was actually still there talking to the lady, so they don't know how big it got. My silence spell that I did.
Yeah.
Well, you guys left me so quick, I wasn't actually able to take measurements or do any type of actual and then I go down another tangent.
We need to work on your conciseness.
No.
Damn it.
No.
I decline. Okay,
So-
fair enough. So we need an emerald. Is that what you're? Okay.
What? Yeah. What? Where are the emeralds coming from?
Basically, I know that frost diamonds amplify. I'm looking for something that will reduce the sound. So if I cast silence into it with using an emerald as a diamond as a focus, it makes it bigger. I need to find a precious stone, like the deep diamonds that I know
have
you
a
guys
pouch
have,
of fancy gems.
that'll make it smaller.
You need a fancy gem? I don't know what's in my pouch of fancy gems, but there's 7 of them, and it's worth 150 gold.
Yes. Yes, it is.
You know
Do
what's
you
in
have
there?
any of the other I know you guys when I first came up here, you guys were talking about deep diamonds and what those did.
I don't remember if we grabbed it.
I don't think we grabbed any. We got the ice diamond.
I have a sapphire,
Okay.
which
Yeah, you guys didn't come across any deep diamonds.
Okay.
No.
So
You-
I
you
know.
about the deep
Okay.
diamonds.
Do
So
we
my
know
question is
whereabout
more
the deep
of-
diamonds are.
Roll an Arcana check.
Oh, Lord Arcana.
Because I think I need a magical.
15.
stone.
I have an ice
to-
gem.
An ice gem?
Frost. Yeah, it's the frost.
It's the
diamond,
frost diamonds.
Yeah.
There's the same thing. An ice gem and a tiara and a frost diamond are the same thing.
Yep.
Oh,
Colloquial terms.
Can we put the tiara on the goats?
Sure.
Why
do you want to put it?
Can I roll to see if I know if there are other types of magical things besides the frost diamonds that I know that do like
Sure.
things?
I have a sapphire which casts minor illusions.
I will take all of your gems and I'm just gonna look at them, but I don't know what they're actually gonna.
With the 15, you know that the deep diamonds come from a place that is far east of where you are. Treacherous at best to acquire them. So any that do exist up here in an accessible area are going to be very hard to come by or very expensive. Either way, it's either expensive or super dangerous.
And then
So you do your Arcana.
Arcana is plus 24.
24. You know that there are not just a wide variety of stones that these specifically these like elemental diamonds that exist in the world, but each one has its own particular flavor to it. Its specialty. They can be used as focuses to harness individual elements of arcane power.
Gotcha.
And oh boy, you want some.
The first thing we need to do is find a library when we get to Glam.
First
and
thing
then
we
you
need
guys
to
can go just leave me there. For
First
a
thing
couple
we need
days.
to do is stop giving you different. You're like a person that has ADHD, and you are like, I want this craft, and you get halfway through it, and you're like, ooh, but what about this?
Don't look at my character flaws.
I know. I'm not.
What's that?
that are
there,
both personal and.
What's
and
that there,
grand.
Willy Bully? You don't want to go on a super dangerous mission to get some deep diamonds?
I didn't say
That's
that at all.
Very
I was,
uncharacteristic.
I was talking entirely about what Zaith is on.
Just a side question. Did you just do an Arcana check on the gems in the pack I gave you? Or about gems in general?
No, I was
Gems
gonna
in
ask like not right at this moment because I'm assuming we're just kind of like chilling in the middle of the road, passing around.
Yeah.
Diamonds.
So yeah, I hand you my
Why not?
my little pouch
The rest
of
of the town
gems.
seems fairly unfazed. A couple of them were just kind of like give you a bit of a side eye as they walk around.
Because we're
They're very
in the
deliberate.
middle
like,
of the road.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and
Just
when we stop tonight, I'm gonna spread them all out and go more and like actually pick through them all.
Okay.
But
As they're talking about all this,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna wander off to go find the governess.
So while you go look for her, Amrix, when everybody was talking about the different diamonds, you do know that Longhall has some deep diamonds that he's used from time to time, which is how he is able to traverse the northern reaches of the seas, because it helps him see the ley lines and navigate any of those super wonky portals that can suck you in.
So I tell him that. I believe Longhall might have some deep diamonds if we absolutely need one. Do you need one? Like, is it a destroy type thing, or is it?
well, so I theorize that since frost diamonds amplify, and you've told me that deep diamonds help you find like your way, then there should be other diamonds that do other sorts of elemental type things. And so we don't need to amplify the sound, we need to reduce it.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
And then I go, and then yeah, and I just so I'm now on a gem hunt to try to figure out how to solve all the problems through gems. Do I know what the beacons are made of? Are those diamonds?
No, the beacons are just almost like a pillar, like a lighthouse.
Oh, but they're not
Kind of thing.
magical in general.
Not innately. Like
Okay.
they don't have magic in and of themselves, but
Okay,
they are magically illuminated
gotcha.
to then transfer messages across vast distances.
Yeah. We need to go to Glam to find Gling, to light the beacon, to sell the moth cats, to get money, to go to where your friend told us to go through the Taki Stone, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to make sure that the beacon gets lit here. So that's what
And then side quest wise, we need to fix the goats.
Feeling overwhelmed.
There's a mole on the frog on the log.
And there's other things that we said we'd do along the way as well, I believe. And I also want to go talk to the lady. where we
that's
first
not
met.
even remotely close how it goes.
Okay. When we come back, we're probably going to have to talk to the town. So when we get back, we will then be able to deal with the goat problem and the beacon at the same time.
But don't we need to get them to light the beacon so when we go to Glom, light the beacon?
The
Are we
beacon
lighting the
is
beacon
in Glom.
in Glom?
Yeah, the beacon, the snow beacon, is in Glom.
And that lights all the
Glam.
other beacons.
And that should go from the beacon that we lit with the creepy lady in the cabinet.
Yeah.
And then we went to the
The odd.
whore town.
Uh-huh.
The odd.
And then we went to get Gathan's special flower,
Uh-huh.
That's up
Which
the
is here.
mountain.
which is here. And then we met the lady on the mountain who asked us to politely silence the
Right.
goats.
No, we didn't, but yes.
And now we're on our way to Glam
Uh-huh.
to light the snow beacon to then go find.
Wait, hold on. When we light the beacon, though, it lights all of the beacons,
We
and
don't-
that's when we're all supposed to work together to close the
Gall.
GAW. So we can't light the beacon.
Well, we had to go talk to the person who owns the beacon to be
Right.
like, be ready.
Right. So we're gonna, when we come back here, we can then talk to them about also being ready with their beacon.
There is no beacon in Herschel.
Didn't we
Hell
just
show.
talk
Hell
about
show.
a beacon
Hell show.
in
There is
Herschel?
a
There
beacon.
is?
There is a
You said
beacon.
that
in
earlier.
Hell.
Oh, I did not hear
There's a
that
beacon
part.
in
I'm
Hotel.
sorry.
That's
That's
where-
why I'm confused.
Okay.
That's
All
why
right.
I was confused too, and that's why I clarified. Yes, there is a beacon in Hellchell,
I did not
and
realize
that's where
there was a
Wooly
beacon in
Bully went to
Herschel.
go talk to governess to say, "Hey, we need to light the beacon,
Well,
or need
that's
to be ready."
literally
Oh,
what-
that's what I was supposed to be talking to her about? Nobody said that.
Well,
He's
then why
over
are
there
you
talking
talking
to
to her?
goats.
I'm totally not talking to her about that.
Are you on goat business?
I'm on goat business.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I don't think that
Well-
he went to go talk to her about the beacon.
I didn't
we
realize
not
that
I
was-
specifically.
How did
So
I
here's
not
the
see the
thing.
beacon here?
I didn't say
I just told
anything
you.
to you guys.
You're not here. You're not
I just
here.
walked away.
You're not
This is
here.
actually one of the
Yeah.
areas
I know.
where you get a really good look at it.
Oh,
So-
I thought you meant
so-
like I could see it because we're so high up. I could
No,
see
no,
the
no, no,
other
no.
one shining
no.
light.
So okay,
Ah, no,
so
no,
we
so
need to
I
go.
apologize.
We need to
Jesus
go.
Christ.
We need to
Oh,
go
no.
see the beacon. Go get that beacon taken care of.
Yeah. All right.
What I was trying
y'all-
to say was if
y'all
we
can
go
go
to
and-
Glam,
Talk
Yes.
to someone
We
in
can-
the tower about the beacon.
we can go to Glam, do the exchange of money, talk to them about their beacon. Then when we come back here to Hellchell, we can talk to the town at the same time about the goats and their beacon, is what I was trying to say.
But remember, Longhaul told us on the walkie-talkie stone that we can actually grab a boat back to Egnar.
Okay.
We don't have to traverse all the way back.
Well, and also, don't we have to?
We do have to come back here, though, to deal with the problems here.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but the lady knows it's not an immediate fix. At some point,
We got to fix the goats.
we have to figure it out.
Okay.
We don't not have it is on the scale of goats.
Okay. So we can tell them about the beacon here,
Yep.
and then
Yes.
we can leave here.
Go to God.
And not come back until we come back to deal with the goats later on after we
Yeah.
Later
deal
on.
with some shit.
Which we got some bigger fish to fry.
Got it. I thought it was a little bit more imminent.
No, she made it. Okay, so my impression of the person we didn't talk to, didn't see, was like, if you get to it, great, because there'll be a reward once you get to it. Sooner the better, but the GAW and the beacons are the priority. Top to it.
I thought the reward was the frost diamonds we took from her.
No.
Yeah, we already got the reward.
We already got the reward.
No, she said there was a blessing or something.
She
Okay,
said
maybe
that
I made it up.
If you're able to find a solution to the noisiness, that she would grant you a boon.
Oh, a boon. That's what it was. Not a blessing. It was a boon.
What's a boon?
It's
A blessing.
It's a blessing.
Oh. Is a blessing something I should know?
A boon? I don't know.
I think it's like Gesundheit.
Like the Deutsch?
I don't know.
Like, is there
if
something that
Titus
comes
would
with
really
it,
know.
or is it just a bless you, child, and then we go about our day?
Oh no, it's a very like tangible, usable.
It does a
kind of
thing.
Oh yeah.
We don't.
Okay.
Ultimately,
You
we
get-
don't
you
know.
get-
She
you
could
get
give us a
really
wish
cool
for all
stuff.
we know.
Oh, you get
'cause
cool
she is a
stuff.
whole
Got
ass
it.
mountain.
Okay.
You really, really cool stuff.
Okay.
It's
I want the
allegedly
cool
a
stuff.
whole ass mountain. Again, we don't know who, what, where, when, why. Because
I don't either. I'm not even here for this conversation.
So so we need to go check out the beacon.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Barrick is just like strolling from building to building, just
Starting shit.
looking around. It doesn't take you very long. Probably like the third door you open.
Am I just opening doors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It feels right. Just, huh? Nope. Okay. This one? Got it. She's currently in. She's tending to a few things in the meeting house. Sees you come in and approaches. Barrick, nice to see you. What can I do for you today?
I just wanted to have a conversation about. I understand that we are delivering some goods to Glam. Full transparency. We may have climbed the mountain, and we didn't see anybody on the top of the mountain. That did not happen. We didn't see anybody. But theoretically, if we had, and they asked us to come up with a solution to a problem that they were having, that is it. It would be mutually beneficial, which I think is the smartest words Beric has ever said in this life.
At which point she kind of like puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Just a moment. Excuse us." And a couple of the other people leave. She goes, "Please sit down. Speak plainly. I appreciate that you are trying to be diplomatic, but I do not think that is where your strength lies."
I kind of disagree with you on that. So, are you tired of having to send all of your products to Glam?
No, it's kind of what we do. We produce a variety of goods that are distributed both to Glam primarily, but also to other regions in Jotunheim.
Now, with the payment for what you send to Glam, is it strictly the mages that come to protect from the avalanches, or do you actually get money?
The shielders are provided by Glam as protection for our town.
Okay.
They are paid by the city, not by us. We produce the cheeses, the truffles, various delicacies that most of the city officials don't want produced in or near the town or in the city because it's a bit of a smelly process. There's lots of fermenting, and you bury it. It's quite good. I'll get you some. And she goes up and gets what looks like a jar of preserved fish, and comes over and sets it down. And as soon as she cracks it open, you can smell just the pure, visceral, like fermented fish.
So she just opened a jar of surströmming in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's potent. It is pungent. Stings the nostrils.
Yeah, it sticks to your bones.
Mhm. A little bit.
We smell it from where we are.
And she, like, doesn't even bat an eye, takes a spoon, scoops a bit up, and hands it towards you. You can see it, like, jiggle a little on the spoon.
I will take it. And I will just I don't speak giant, I don't think. Yeah, I do.
A little bit.
I'll go, cheers. And I'll just take a bite.
Got it. Make a Constitution save.
5 hit points.
Nat 20.
Damn it.
Wow.
Deadass.
Amazing.
How does that happen so
I
often?
was gonna say, like, dude.
I mean, if it's gonna happen,
But here's the thing. This is like, I have bought new sets of dice, and it's just continuously...
yeah.
So the first thing you notice is the texture.
Which is not... It's
It
off-putting.
is. That's putting it lightly. It is gelatinized fish, so it's flaky, but it's also Jello at the same time. The next thing that hits you immediately is that acrid, fermented, like it's almost alcoholic in the like strength and pungency of it. As you start to kind of like mush it and just force yourself, like, just do it. You like disconnect from your body mentally. You just kind of like blank out, and you're able to manage it to get it down. Full dissociation.
It's so...
It's got some oomph to it.
So creamy.
It's so...
It's not everybody's particular favorite. It's an acquired taste, and we understand it's not. It doesn't go anywhere else, but we really enjoy it. There are several nobles in Glam who it is their favorite thing. It does come in not just in fish, but we also do ox and yak,
I think
bear.
I'll probably not try those a little close to home.
Seals up the jar.
Thank you for that. So I can't help but notice that the goats are. Could I have a cup of ale, please? Could I?
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
It's like I don't have any ale in here, but I do have some wine.
That's fine. That's fine. Wine is fine.
Pours you a nice
I-
big
Yeah.
glass. There you go.
I will.
Gargle a little.
Thank you. The goats are loud.
They are. It is their nature. The Kenny goats are, sacred. Some would call. They are renowned for their milk. It is some of the best to make cheeses that we have ever come across. They can hold its strength and might.
Would you like for them to be quieter?
It
No
wouldn't be. Yes.
Okay.
As one screams.
Oh, they haven't stopped.
Yeah, it's just a
I
constant.
know.
Just the whole day.
We might have a solution to that problem. And finding a solution to that problem would also find a solution to the avalanches.
Those do
I can
cause
see-
some concerns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of one of those, like, you scratch our back, we climb a mountain kind of situations.
Interesting turn of phrase.
Oh, yeah, it's,
That's not how that goes.
like I said, we climbed the mountain, we didn't see anybody.
Hey,
You
seem very adamant that you did not see anybody on the mountain.
Yeah, we didn't see anybody on the mountain.
Okay.
But we just want to help. I understand that we're also delivering. Also, oh,
It's going to stay with you for
it warms. It warms
probably the next hour or
right
so.
here, right
Yeah.
here.
Deep into the core.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like,
yes, it warms
I-
it from the inside out.
I've
So
never
you-
been sure how many stomachs I have, but like it's about in 3 right now. Like it's
Oh, you're-
it's there.
I'm envious of the sensations that
Oh.
you can enjoy.
Oh,
with
enjoy is a
Anohala.
strong word, but
Yeah.
the beacon. Something about a beacon. There's a beacon in the town. Be prepared. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, back to the goats. Would you be willing to help fund this solution, seeing as it would be mutually beneficial to the town and the person that we didn't see on the mountain?
Give it away.
I don't see
No.
why there couldn't be. There's never any harm in
Author
proposing ideas.
conversation.
Look, I'm gonna go get. I'm just. They were lots of talking, a lot of. No, I'm not the brightest, and let me go grab them, and
Sure.
we will. Do we need to leave with that delivery tonight, or can we that wait till tomorrow?
Tomorrow at the latest, probably.
Okay.
But yes, whatever provisions you may need. It's still fairly early, so
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna like walk backwards as I like. I'm just gonna, go get my. I'm gonna take another. Friends.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn around and like get away from the smell.
So Barrick, as you're walking out of the building, you see
Backing out of the building. I want you to roll acrobatics. No, I'm just kidding.
the cool air outside. It feels nice. It's refreshing. You see a couple of the other giant men. One of them you recognize as Ifdare, who is the husband, and then talking to another giant. You get the sense that they're getting things prepared for the shipment that you guys are going to take, and he sees you, waves you down, and is kind of like in between where you and the group are, and gestures to please, everybody, come here, come here. We are getting all of the requisite materials and packages all sealed up in the crates, and we will have them bound and assembled on the sleds for whenever you are ready to bring the shipment to Glam.
Okay, if there. Okay, thank you.
Sleds.
I was waiting to see
So
what.
it's a big ass
Like
it's
a
like one of those
sleigh.
like super long
Yeah.
toboggans. Yeah.
Nice. All right, there he is, Iftar and Dolbin.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're pulling the sleds. Did I miss that part last time?
The amount of the weight that's going to carry is easy enough for
Okay.
Barrett to do. Barrett has volunteered himself.
All right, cool.
Just
Thanks, Barrett.
it's like it's not an like an egregious amount of stuff.
Okay.
This is like a personal delivery.
Okay.
It's going to a very small group of people, but it is still a fairly large amount compared to
It is
what
still-
you would normally eat.
Well, okay, yeah, that's what I
giant
was,
size portions for giant size.
well, that's
Yeah.
well, that's what I was concerned is like you're gonna have a wagon load is we're gonna or
I mean,
gonna trail it or is it just
You see some of them are actively like building the crate around the wheel of cheese, and the wheel of cheese itself is about 4 feet across
oh good
and about 3 feet high.
That's a lot of cheese.
And yeah, and this is like the 8th one that they're packing up, and the rest of them are already stacked up onto the sled, ready to go. There's a couple barrels of wine.
Want to make a pasta?
There's another crate full of like the truffles, and at least 2 more of those crates hold wide selection sampling of the anolhala.
I just want to make a
What-
charcuterie
what's it?
board of all
Anolhala.
this.
It's the
It's the
it's the fermented stuff,
oh the fish
We just
but also other things.
yeah, careful, don't break those.
It's more of a process than it is about what meat you use.
So,
okay.
if there,
Yeah,
you are coming with us?
I could accompany you if necessary.
Do you ever find trouble on the road?
No. This is a fairly established route. Main road, literally from here to the city, back and forth.
Would you like to come with us?
I would have to double check with my wife just to make sure there's not anything pressing matters here in town. But I've made the trip before, and I could accompany you. If
I don't
need
think
be.
he needs to. I mean, well,
I just feel we're responsible for this town's shipment, and so to have a representative from the town, I feel doesn't put all of the responsibility of this on us.
Who are we shipping it to?
it's going to Glam.
Yeah, but who in Glam?
I feel like
When you get there, he pulls out like an envelope of almost like a stack of papers. He goes, "Give this to the guards at the gate of the city. They will direct you to exactly where you need to be."
Okay.
so. Not only are we delivering it to the city, we're also like making deliveries in the city.
This will all be one delivery.
Okay.
You bring it in, and it will be dispersed accordingly.
No, we're not Uber Eats
Okay.
or Grubhub.
Whatever generic food delivery service.
Exactly.
I mean, I'd say we're ready to go. Don't you guys think?
Are we gonna talk about the beacon or no?
I already did.
And so did she agree to light the beacon?
But it's not so much an agreement to light the beacon. It's more of just letting them know to keep an eye on the beacon. If you want to go talk to her, you will be my guest. But if she offers you a jar,
No.
eat it. It's delicious.
If
Inside check.
absolutely.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! My persuasion is a
Deception.
30. Oh, deception?
Oh, 5 insight. I still don't know shit. I believe him. Like,
I still rolled a 10. You rolled an 8. I rolled a 10.
There you go.
Roll the 20.
I
I keep my mouth shut.
If there's if you anything about the beacons, you could talk to the shielders in the tower. But I mean, that's kind of their jobs. So if they keep
Yeah.
an eye out,
Let's go
That'd
talk
be
to
fine.
them.
they'll usually see. Yeah. There's a few of them right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll like wave to him.
Hey.
Hey, light the beacons when you need to.
Yeah, you see one of them just kind of like lean out. Hi.
Hi. How close are we? Is he way up in the tower?
Do you go in the tower?
I'm gonna go
right
into
right
the
now,
tower.
they see you wave, and he's kind of like up on the top.
Can I come up?
I mean, if you wanted to shout out from here, I can cast thaumaturgy and make your voice louder.
I'm gonna go up.
Okay.
I feel like it's very important that we light this beacon. So I'm gonna go.
we entrust you to handle this.
Can I? Do you mind if I come up?
I'm gonna make
I'm gonna go like stretch.
Oh, I don't mind.
So I'm gonna.
Hustle up the Hancock, if you will.
Yep.
It takes you a few minutes. Like
Are they big steps?
the steps themselves are big, so you're high knee in it right now. And I mean, even with like a little jump to the step, by the time you get to the top, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Yes.
Let's see, because this is a few flights. Of,
5.
yeah. You get like a third of the way up, and you are fucking winded. Like you just Well, maybe
Almost there.
Okay, maybe I wait. I could come down.
Okay.
Can we see that
Here we
she's
go.
struggling to get up the
Do you
steps?
go inside?
I think it's a stone.
Yeah, it's
It's stone near the base of it, but the most of the structure is wooden.
We hear the little pitter-patter feet stop, so I tuck my head in and be like, "You all right up there?"
It's just really big stairs.
I'm gonna go up the stairs behind and grab you as I go up the stairs.
Okay.
Do I need to make an athletics check for this?
Normal
Yeah.
stairs for you.
You're like, yeah, I just
No,
want you to.
I mean, he's not. He doesn't have to put as much
I mean,
spring to the step, but
it's a dirty 20.
Oh, so I'll just cast fly.
just after picking you up and just kind of like, all right, come on,
Whew.
make your way up to the. It's like this. It's a nice like interior landing. It's like a common area, but it's pretty sparse.
Yeah.
You know? You see one of the shielders there, the one that waved down to you. Goes, welcome to Snow Tower.
I'm Picus.
Pike, it's nice to meet you.
Barrick.
Eric, okay.
Did you stay down or are you going up?
Me? Oh, I'm making a nest in the
Okay.
sleigh area to start engraving and like doing the brass cuffs I got for barracks.
So let me get this straight.
And I also corralled all the mouth cats to kind of like just hang out with me by like feeding them bits of like the fish and stuff.
On top of having to pull all this stuff, I also have to pull you
Yes.
and all the moth cats.
They're
I mean,
like-
I can also make it easier for you.
That'll be fine.
So then I'm staying down in the bottom. Just
Yeah,
kinda hanging out.
I'm just starting to build a little nest of like getting like propping up things so I can start like getting my the brass cups ready and engraving and opening up books and kind of just making like a little pile of things in the giant toboggan
Sure.
with the moth cats.
Okay. Keep it in count. Some of them kind of flit around and like bat at stuff while you're trying to.
Don't let him bat at those jars.
One of them is like pressed on the crate of jars.
Yeah.
Just like.
Oh god, it's catnip.
Just huffing. Just the one. The rest of them don't seem to be bothered by it at all.
I like that
This
one.
one is like very into it. The shielder looks at the rest of at you two and says, "Good to meet you. I am Initiate Frost.
Frost?
Yes.
I just wanted to talk to you about the beacons because you've probably heard about the tear in the Gaw,
I've heard some reports. Yeah.
and there's been some creatures coming through and have been wreaking havoc on some towns and whatnot. So there's going to be a coordinated effort across the land here of everyone needing to work together in order to close it.
Okay.
And what is going to let everyone know the moment in which we're going to start working together is that the beacons will be lit. And so just letting you know that when the beacon gets lit in Glam, that it will be for it to continue on to be a message of unity to close the tear in the Gaw.
In all my years working with both the Shielders unit here and my early days in the academy, I'd have to say that's a pretty solid plan. It seems like you're very clear, direct in the goal. Yeah, we can keep our eyes peeled. If there's anything we can do to help, we will do it.
Thank you.
Kind of why we're here.
Well, we are happy to have you.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at you
Couldn't
like,
do it without people like you.
I think we can go.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna look at Frost and just be like, pleasure. Layman's terms. You see that light? You like this light. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
I think that's what they do.
I know how the beacons work.
I know. I layman's terms was for me.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Salt in the frost
You have
giant.
a beautiful robe.
Thank you. Standard issue.
Oh,
But I put the embellishments on myself.
very nice.
Very nice. How do
I
you
like it.
It's a very nice.
It's a very nice.
Been here for a few decades.
Little downtime.
Idle hands.
If you ever want to do something for like, I'm gonna like motion to my horns, like make me cool. I like shiny.
Yeah.
If you ever make
Shiny's
something,
nice.
we'll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
There we
All
go.
right, let's go. And then I'm just gonna head back down the stairs.
Okay,
Should I
bye.
carry you back down the stairs?
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Oh, dang. I just like start to walk down, and you're like, "Wait up!" and like jump.
Just climb up.
Like a moth cat. It's hanging on his back.
So as you're kind of like managing yourselves in the main center of Hellchell. You see them packing things up onto the sled, and you've now spoken with the shielder in the tower.
Yes.
You've got your plans mostly formulated. Is there anything else anybody wants to do?
You talked earlier about trying to find a jeweler's kit. Did you want to check out the general store, see if they have it?
Yeah, I'd just run through your guys' general store and see if you have got any engraving tools, jeweler's kit, anything like that.
They do have a jeweler's kit available.
Okay.
You see,
Anything along the magical enchanting, or if they have any health potions. Because I know we don't have any health potions as a group.
there are 2 health potions.
Okay.
They're available for purchase at 50 gold.
I'd take them.
Oh, because you got money.
Yes, I do have money. Now I have way less money.
Use this.
And then, yeah, so now I have 62.
As you're kind of like gathering your stuff, you notice that Big Fan is hanging out over at the goat house. So chatting it up with the goats.
Forget the goats. I'm just kidding. We'll deal with the goats later.
You can't just like leave the goats alone because they're still.
No.
Like we wanted to make sure that they got here safe and still, whatever plan is that we're gonna enact, we need to make sure that. I'm just trying to keep them apprised, let them know.
I think, again, I still think we should reevaluate the goat Rumspringer. I think that was let them out into the world so they're not bored.
10
But
silver
if you would
jewelers.
said they would be totally down for that. It's not something that's like unheard of, but Wayne said that one of the reasons that he got out was because he just really wanted to stretch his legs a bit, and got a little turnaround in the process. But
Would they be quieter if they got Rumspringer?
When they came back?
I mean, not a lot quieter.
Well, then never mind.
It's just kind of how they talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a dialect or accent.
That's not going to work then.
I have a jeweler's kit now.
They did say that they would love a change of scenery. They've been here for a while, and
I have so many
they could
kits.
use change it up a little bit, I guess.
Not sure how the town would like that.
Send them Club Med. For 2-week all-inclusive. No, just kidding.
I mean, I've been chatting with them, so
Okay.
if you guys needed anything, I mean, or if you wanted to like ask me questions, I'll let you know what he said.
So what? Are they capable of being quiet?
Why don't we
There's
talk about this on the road?
one like more like frail and wild-haired goat that looks towards you and he's
Yeah, he's probably like close to being dead.
Sorry, I don't speak goat. Ickafan?
Are you out of lead?
Yeah. What do you have? 0.5.
Is Ickafan coming with us, or is he staying to talk to the goats? I guess that would be the question.
I think this is 0.7.
come with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right, then.
I can leave the rest of the game here.
The rest of the gang is in the goats or the bees? Don't the bees go everywhere with you?
My bees come with me.
Yes,
No,
that's what I thought.
Absolutely. No, I was talking about the goats.
Okay.
Yeah, leave
So,
the.
like,
Unless
like remember Wayne. And that's Cole, Katie. That's Daryl. And
They are.
that's Dane.
Stop it. I can't with these pictures. Oh god.
Yeah, I don't think Rolled. I don't think Rolled's gonna make the trek to.
Is the new goat picture less terrifying than the prior one?
No.
Nope, sure isn't. It's somehow more so. I don't like that at all. I don't want him with us. Better. That's
Oh god.
horrifying.
God damn.
Why are they horrifying goats?
23.
Oh, Dan's cute. Except that he has no eyes, just black holes.
Visually unsettling.
Those
But
are horrifying.
Delicious.
you've had the cheese and you've had some of the truffles, and damn it, that isn't some of the best cheese and truffles that you've ever had.
But at what cost?
From these diseased
Oh,
creatures.
yeah. What holy hell?
Boarding and care of
Oh my
these
Wow.
lovely, beautiful, majestic
Holy.
creatures. Sacred to the giants, man.
I was gonna say
Okay.
majestic would not be the word I use to describe it. All right, so let's get moving to Gaul. Giddy up. Is if they're going with us, are we gonna try to persuade him, or
No, I
you're
don't-
gonna release him, Barrick? Just let him. You feel like we're okay
I feel
traversing
like-
ourselves?
I feel like we're okay by ourselves.
All right.
I don't think he needs to come with us.
You're
we
okay
will
with that?
Protect.
I'm sorry, what?
You're okay with that? Not having Iftar go with
Not having who?
Iftar go with us?
I mean, I think it would have been nice to have an
Here.
extra hand, but just
I
in
am
case
a
something happens
minotaur.
along the road.
But I am. Yes. Let's just say yes. Yeah.
You can do the same thing.
I can.
You're way more talkative.
Would you like to have a ring of the
ox
ram
around here.
enchantment on your
Am I the only person that thinks that Iftar
things?
should come with us?
I don't think he needs to come with us, but
Zaith, what say you? I know started to take you away from your nest and scribing and scritching and digging and nesting and everything.
I mean, I went and got my jeweler's cook, looked over, made that check internally, and went like, ugh. Just went straight back. Straight back.
Is that a yes or no?
I am currently in the nest.
Oh.
she's not paying attention. She
Oh.
doesn't care.
Well, I
What
mean,
do
I'm
you
talking
think?
to you. Okay, never mind then.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
What do you think?
Let me put it this way. Have we needed protection at any point in this journey so far?
I'm just thinking because it's not our stuff.
Right, but it's not.
What would be the harm in having him come with us?
I mean, we're not coming back, so then he would have to make a 2-day journey by himself back.
Oh, I forgot we're not coming back.
Why aren't we coming back? I thought we had to come back for the goats.
We're doing that later now.
Oh, okay.
We've put a pin in that.
All right then. All right. So yeah. So if we're not coming back, then yeah, Iftar, stay home.
Don't we have to? Doesn't he have to bring the money back?
I think it's more of a thing of a on sale bill. Like they produce so much, they send so much. This is just a normal.
This is all of our commerce end is taken care of.
What would you like to do?
I've got plenty of things to keep me busy around here.
Okay. Well, I won't keep you from them then.
Okay. Again, you'll be compensated for.
I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just feel responsible for the products that are coming from your town.
Sure.
Yes,
No,
I
it's
get you.
understandable.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I get it. Because what happens if something happens and they're out,
Someone steals all of
steals
it.
all of
or-
it, and we're responsible for the goat cheese and,
And
truffles.
no one's there
and-
to like corroborate her story.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it all went missing. You know.
Yep.
Like.
I get you. I understand. But if you trust us, Iftar, we're good to go.
We don't have any issues with thievery, burglary, that kind of stuff. It's just
Okay, I'll trust you on that.
We just have really bad luck.
We just have bad luck. That's all. We have bad luck
We
as
run
to
into
running
things.
into things.
And then quickly killing them.
We get out of it, but we get into it.
Sometimes
The biggest problem that
Casualties.
you're going to have on this road is probably just some weather if it happens though.
Okay.
the weather. All right, tally ho, let's roll. So Berg, do you prefer mush, tally ho, giddy up?
I prefer you go fuck yourself.
Well, on that note,
As you
a bit testy, are we?
I think I just broke it even worse.
and Saddle up and begin your way along the main road to plan. Who's taking point?
I mean, I'm pulling technically.
Well, yeah.
You mean who's gonna like sit at the head of the?
But so if he's pulling the sled,
And
is he
Zaith
going to be up front?
is Zaith on the
taking
yeah.
a position ahead of scouting?
Are you walking or?
I guess you and I will walk
That's-
together.
Okay, so we'll go first.
I think if you are so worried about protection, have me pulling in the front, have either of you guys on either side to defend the sides, and then Zaith is have
Zaith-
Ikafan watching the back.
All right.
All right then.
Athletics check?
Just D20.
Oh, just a D20.
Just a D20. Oh, beautiful. Fine.
Nail. Amazing.
Guess I'll just die.
Oh no.
That's a nat one.
Oh no.
Okay.
This is not gonna go well.
Roll the D6.
Rolling a D6.
Do you want the right or the left?
Rolled a 6.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll take the
yay.
left.
So this side of Barrack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like early afternoon as you're leaving.
Well, shite.
The sky's clear, and as like a few hours pass, it's getting around that mid to late afternoon. You hear like a scuttling from the south side of the road, coming up towards where you are.
Okay.
You ever bring perception checks?
Oh, good.
I rolled another nat 1.
Fuck, I got a 1 too.
You.
Oh shit! So did I. No! Did you do too?
I didn't roll yet.
Oh
Oh
god.
my god.
Oh my god.
Holy.
TPK.
Oh my god, no,
TPK.
don't. Save us all.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Wow.
I peed a little.
God.
Oh my
It's a
god.
little bit of piddle.
Did you seriously all three get one?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, 1.
Holy shit.
That is just amazing.
Wow.
I got goosebumps. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
what are the odds? I rolled 2 nat 1s in a row.
You're just so focused on pulling this thing. You're making sure every step counts, trying to keep pace and make it down the road. You are buried in either scratching in your journal or starting to work on ideas of like how to craft some of the things for everybody in the group. Ikapan is facing the rear and level 9. So he's a little less worried. Amrex, you're
Picking my nose.
just
I'm just out of it.
zoning.
We're
Zoning
trudging.
on the road. The vision of the goats is just kind of like
Seared in.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're just having flashes of like a waking nightmare. So Picus, you are the only one that sees this out of the whole group.
Okay.
There are 3 large like, elk, moose creatures that are making a full sprint through the woods, and they are going to intersect your path
Fucking
with the
knew
sled.
it. Fucking
You
knew
have
it. Need a fucking giant.
a split second to decide what to do. What do you do?
Shit. I'm so little. I'm so little.
You see that? You heard it. You looked over. They are barreling in full steam. Glance back at the rest of the group. None of them see anything that's going on. As you look back, they are at the edge of the road, and they are going to impact all of the things.
Hold on. Let me make sure I know what this is before I do it.
Oh, I know a way that we could fix it.
Well, you're over there picking your nose.
No, Barrick is
I'm
pulling
the-
the cart.
Barrick's pulling the cart. He's trudging. Trudge. I'm the one picking his nose. I'm the one picking my nose.
You're picking everyone's nose.
I'm seared. I'm scarred by the sight of
No,
the
I thought this was something
Daryl
else.
and Wayne.
Oh no.
Do you have anything to scare them? Or can you stop Barrick in some form?
I have
Stopping me is not going to be a good option. If there's a way that you could get me to move quickly out of the way.
Faster.
And I have an idea, and I can't.
I
say
know
anything.
you're busy. So I am going to this would be an action. Fuck, I don't know.
That's okay. It's all of the time you have.
Oh fuck!
This is an action.
Oh, okay.
You have an action.
Just an action. Just
I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna yell run as loud as I can to everybody as I'm running.
There goes the fucking truffles.
I'm not magic. There's nothing I can do. I'm 3 feet tall.
Can you draw your bow and shoot at the same time or no?
At the same time?
Like is that one action?
yeah.
Yeah, but if
Yeah,
all
that
three
would-
of us are gonna, if all three of them are gonna impact with us, there's what good is that gonna do?
I'm brainstorming.
I know
We
I'm-
can't brainstorm for.
Well, I know,
No,
but
we
I'm just
can't.
asking.
I
don't
can
know.
I can do a weapon as I'm running. Okay, I guess I'm gonna run.
Basically, all I'm saying is like you don't have enough time to do anything that's like elaborate of like bolstering everybody to be like, hey, we got to move out of the way. You don't have time to
Yeah.
divert what's happening. You have a moment to react in this like 3 to 6 second moment of when you noticed what is happening, processing that information, and then doing something.
So I'm gonna be running out of the way of where they're running towards.
Okay.
There's like 2 things I want to do, but I can only do one of them. So
Did you actively yell the word run? Like, is that a thing you did?
yeah, I'm yelling run as I am running, and I am gonna pull my bow and
Shoot one.
yeah, that's all I can do, I guess.
Now, when she yells run, does that give us enough time to react?
You'll
I was like, that's
find out.
okay.
I can't also do dissonant whispers if I'm yelling run, right? And I go run, and then as I'm running, can I say a dissonant whispers?
Oh,
Okay. I'm gonna go spin around, and send it towards whichever one is in the lead of the 3 of them.
Okay, so you're trying to divert.
I guess, yeah.
So,
So you
The
have
look
to-
on your face is the best, right
So
there.
you have to make a
Yeah, I have to make a wisdom save.
yes.
Mhm.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom on a failed save, you take 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use your reaction to move as far as its speed will allow you away from us.
Okay. So I rolled a natural 2,
Okay.
which for this creature.
So
Is
3d6. So 9.
Okay.
Damn, 9 psychic damage.
All right.
And you have to use your reaction to move as far as your speed will allow you away
I have it.
from us.
Okay. So with this one being kind of like the frontmost, and then there's the two that are kind of like staggered a little bit behind it as they're charging in, you start making a break for it up towards where Barrick is. As you look towards them, casting distant whispers, tell them spin around, spin around, spin around. You see the one up the front kind of like buckle a leg and veer into the other one, knocking it out of its path. The third one gets tripped up behind the other two, and you see them kind of like tumble into themselves into the road with the momentum. Barrick, I need you to make a dex save as a mass of
I'm not
moose.
using that dice anymore. It's gonna be a 14.
That's just enough. So, like one of the antlers comes by and kind of like sweeps your ankle as you're going up for the step, and you're able to catch yourself before falling and faltering, but it doesn't impede. The sled kind of like bumps you in the back a little bit
Okay.
as you slow down, but the sled does not. Now you have 3 very angry and very confused, and one very terrified moose, which that one gets up and just
Bolts.
bolts out of there. Continues on in the same direction across the road, heading north. The other two get up very slowly and awkwardly, kind of like try to figure out what the hell's going on. They see all of you. Not sure how they want to react.
I'm going to see them. Also, one, little pissed.
Yeah.
Barrick's a little pissed. I'm going to turn and look at them, and I am going to try to do an intimidation check against them and just full scream as hard as I can. Like, bull bellow.
Just,
Yeah. 12.
they take a bit of a step back. They go, eyeball you as they just start to walk.
I'm going to...
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Job, Picus.
Wow.
As you gather your kind of muster yourselves back from this distraction, continue on the road.
You're going to go in here and think about what you did.
Holy cow.
I thought they were coming straight up for the cart. And I was going to be like, is there any way I can react enough to like...
Yeah, they were kind of like, so if you were heading up the road, they were on this kind of a bend, and Picus was able to get them to kind of like roll up.
I mean, my solution was cast fly on the sleigh.
Well, I mean, none of us were paying attention, so...
But I rolled a nat 1.
Yep.
As you continue on the road to Glam, your cargo is still safely in tow on the sled.
I'm gonna say, did nobody else hear that thunderous trampling of gigantic oxen or whatever the heck those things were heading straight towards us? No one else heard that?
having trouble hearing anything over my own footsteps right now.
I can't shake the sweet melodic bellows of the goats.
I have taken all the moth cats and like wrapped them in my cloak and have made like a little like dome over me, like a little fort.
You're the
And
crazy
I'm in
cat
there
lady.
with like mage light and just like reading.
No idea this even happened.
Nope. I'm a little perturbed that like we stopped suddenly, so I poke my head out. I'm like, no.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, the bees were kind of acting up a little bit.
Okay. It's
I'll be more aware. My bad.
woo. All right.
Good save though. Good
Okay.
save.
Yeah.
Way to go.
That was terrifying. Terrifying.
You did great.
Oh well.
Yeah, good looking at it.
Oh well. Thanks.
I'm gonna start pulling again.
Again, tally ho.
Seriously?
Apparently tonight it's not. I got one
It's
good
because
nat
you
20
got
in me,
that
and then the rest.
fucking
is-
shirt.
Yeah, and then you got it's a shirt. It's
Yeah,
the
it's
shirt
the shirt.
and that nat 20 you had at the very beginning.
Yeah, ruined it. I rolled a nat 2.
Beautiful.
So I guess I'll just die.
I guess I'll just
Better than a 1.
Barely.
barely.
Directly.
Yeah. So.
Beardly.
Barely.
46.
Ah.
Please don't roll a 6 again. 2.
The rest of the day is uneventful. As the wind kicks up a little bit, feel a little bit more of a chill in the air, as if there will be a bit of a storm later in the evening. But for now, it's just the road and you.
How long do we want to go
That's on you.
before we? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put as much distance as we can.
And I'd say if we find a nook or someplace,
Or a cranny.
thank you, that we could, would be good for us to settle down for the night, then, sun's getting low. Let's find a.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because I don't want to wear myself out on the first day.
Yeah. No, we don't want you to wear yourself out either.
Yeah, I bet not.
Really use that long.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants to do beast stuff until it's time to do beast stuff.
It's easy enough to find an area kind of off the road a little bit. You can see there's numerous almost like rest areas.
Yeah, little
Or
alcoves.
Small little like clearing alcoves that are just off the road. Find one.
The nicest rest stop between here and Glom.
These actual rest stops.
No, they're just like
Little pukas.
little clearing areas.
Turn
I-
Yeah, there's like an info
Like that.
desk.
Those are called pukas?
some picnic
in
tables.
Hawaii, yeah.
I think
Oh,
we should.
I
I think
didn't
we
know
should.
that.
If it's
Be able to make camp and
yeah.
settle in for an evening.
In our little puka.
Yeah. So whenever you're ready there, Barrick, you
Yeah,
use.
I'm
Okay.
fine. Let's
All
pull
right.
off now.
All right. We turn on our blinkers. Blink, 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 blink.
Beep, burp, beep.
Take her into the
I cast mage light on your horns.
the wide load sign in the back.
Position the sled so that it like buffers some of the wind.
Yeah. Well, and we also have your
Yeah, I can
tiny
cast the Lehman's tiny hut.
camp out for the night and
Camp out for the night.
get back on the road tomorrow.
We'll pick up on the road.
Whoo-wee.
So thank you for all of that. It's fantastic.
So
What a way to hop back into the game.
That was an
I'm
exciting
never wearing
ending
this shirt
for me.
again.
I still can't believe we all got, the three of us rolled a natural one.
I got nat
And
20.
yeah, and we're all like,
What are the odds of that?
yeah, and then you pull it out with a nat 20, or Icafan with a 9. It's
Would
like,
you like
yeah,
me to
what's
roll
going on?
for
I
my
can't do anything
enchanting
back
or
here.
do it later?
2 nat ones in a row.
I can't get my bees off.
But on that, thank you all so much. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Same realm place, same realm channel.
Same realm time.
Realm.
Realm.
Well.
Realm.